Welcome back. Welcome back. We are going into another coaching session here. The last time we had this player, they were playing Penny and Magneto. So and the thing. Oh man, that was a funny session. That was a funny session.
I was all over it.
Yeah. But this time we're going to be playing Doctor Strange here. So you told me a little bit in your message that you were struggling on like positioning and things like that. But can you explain a little bit more?
Yeah, for sure. This was a really close game, and we did pretty well on offense. I felt like we didn't quite get the third point. And then on defense, we just had multiple times where we sent it to overtime, and we just couldn't get them off the point in overtime. And I made a lot of decisions. There was a lot going on. Some of them worked out pretty well. Some of them weren't. And then I'm aware that some of my positioning wasn't great. So I could just use some perspective.
Okay, sounds good. And I'm just adjusting my sound over here just because I forgot to do it. So you're all good. All right.
No worries.
Let's go ahead and hop into this game here. This map is very hard to push through. So if you've ever struggled, it's not you. This map is hard. Are you gonna port instantly? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Be careful sometimes when you do this. If they have another strange, it's very easy to no.
Yep. You'll see when I'm on defense, I'll go and scope it out to make sure they don't do the same.
It's hilarious though.
But I tried it and it worked.
All right, I like this. Now the thing about the portal is you want to be very, very cautious about where you're putting portals, because if we're, let's just say this Scarlet Witch, this is a really great example, honestly. So we're this Scarlet Witch, right? When I hop out, what do you think I'm thinking right now? Like as soon as I get in, where am I going?
Straight to the point.
Exactly. We don't want this. You want to give your team options.
Yeah.
The best way to have your team perform well is giving them as many options as possible. So what I like to do is I like to put it either back here so they can choose if they want to go to the left, they can go down, they can go to the right. Sometimes I will put it even back here depending on what type of characters they are. But just give them more options than just one. And then also they can just look at the portal and just start lighting you guys up. So
yeah.
Using cover, putting options, and yeah, you'll be good to go from. Very minor thing, but very important.
No, it's a good point.
All right. Ooh. Okay. You're looking a little aggressive. Let's go back a little bit. All right. So before we do this, we want to identify like who's even on their team. Do you think you thought about that before you went down and did this, or you just like I'm ready?
Nope, I was just going down to try and, because Wanda and my healer jumped down, so I was going to try and aggro.
I see, okay.
Take some pressure off them.
That's rough, yeah. Yeah, I can't even fault you for that one. Sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. What I will say though is we could be tanking in a different location. As an example, when they jump down and they see the portal, right, everybody's pushed this way. So if we were here, if you're tanking there, who's out of position right now? Is it you or is it their team?
If I'm tanking up by the boxes.
No, if you're right where you are right now, I'm sorry. I'm on their team.
Oh, if I'm right here?
Yeah, I'm on their team right now looking at you. Who's out of position? Us or you?
Oh, I see. I mean, I feel it. I don't know. I'm going to be honest, I don't know.
Is you, because we have cover, right? He's chilling. She's chilling.
Yeah.
But you have nothing.
True.
Only thing you have is your teammates backing you up. But what we could do is we could try to take more to the left. So yeah, you might be taking damage from like this line of sight here. But the thing is, you're minimizing the damage from what's up here. Now, this is just an example. Obviously, Iron Fist isn't a ranged character, but these are the things you want to think about when you're pushing points or when you're starting to contest things. Where can I send to get shot the least? And right now, you're dead smack at it.
Dead center. So, yeah, you're right.
You accidentally did it because he went that way. But all he had to do was back up. He didn't even have to I don't even know. He just had to go backwards. And he's still doing what I just told you not to do. But you see who's getting punished now. You guys are doing the same thing.
Yeah.
Same thing. He's still just, I don't know. He just does not care. This is a very good idea here. Now, why is it good to push her? What happened to this Magneto? Not the loss of life, but what happened to Magneto? What was he doing? Was he trying to fight you back, or what was he doing?
He was just trying to protect.
Right, right.
Trying to buy time.
And by doing that, did he proceed to try to fight you going forward, or did he walk back?
He backed up.
Which tells your entire team who has the advantage.
Me.
Boom. So this is beautiful. This is perfect. I don't want you just, because I might do it on stream if you've ever seen me. I sometimes force it, but I'm thinking about this type of stuff. I'm not just walking dead at him. You know, the fact that you just took this dude's HP gone, who has to heal him? She does. The fact that they're back there dealing with your team, you can hear it. You might not be flipping your camera around, but you can hear them fighting. She's out of position. She's done. I mean, granted, you might not be able to get the,
she backed up.
I was going to say, you might not be able to get it, but she's done. That's job done. You forced her out. That's just as good as a KO. Now she has to walk all the way back. She just used her healing thing that she had to be able to heal her entire team. They just lost this fight. No. All you gotta do is continue to just contest. Never turn around like this. You have your team, let them work. If we look at the KO feed, everybody's getting knocked out. Mag's gone. Iron Fist gone. Why do we have to turn around?
I don't.
Yeah, we won that. So just keep her over there. That's not your job. Because what you're doing again is just opening up yourself towards issues. If you continue to just step up here, she's gonna respect you and keep walking back. If you hear the dude fly, turn around and smack him. You'd be right here, right now, and you just, boom, done. Another pick. You go back to her.
True.
Keep your focus. You don't want to be all over the place as a tank. It didn't go back. Okay, now you're doing it, but it's unnecessary at this point because they're super far away now.
Yeah.
But if you just continue to hold that corner, I would like that. Just turn around and just fight with your team this way. And then if you start hearing them, or if, just check periodically. Boop. Oh, you guys are close. I'm back. I didn't go nowhere. And just kind of keep them separated and fragmented. You take point easily.
Okay.
You see even here how you're just always in the open. Really try to use the wall. It's there. Your shield is always an extension of your HP bar, right? You're not just going to stand in the middle and get shot, right? You're going to use cover. So don't let the shield be your excuse to not use it. That's something very hard for strange players, including myself, because it's like the shield, dude, the shield. But
it's just a wall. But yeah,
it's so good.
Like that,
it's so good because there's many times where I just opt to use cover, and someone like, let's just say Emma Frost ults, but because I was using cover, my shield's at max 800. That's so much damage you can take.
Yeah.
I blocked the entire ult. Why? Because I wasn't just flipping my shield up all the time. I had cover to use. So it's a very important tactic to get used to. It's just take the damage. It's okay. Your healers are there to heal you. That sucks. That she got KO'd off of that. Okay, let's ask ourselves, what are we doing right now?
I went after the Iron Man. He moved down low. So I tried to get a couple shots on Rocket, but that let push up on my team.
Let's dissect that. I'm not saying you're right or you're wrong. I want you to think more in depth about what it is. So let's dissect that once more. All right. So you're like, I'm gonna go hit Iron Man. Flying up does what? What is Iron Man gonna do once you just fly up there?
I was hoping to make him use his little jet ability and fly away, reposition.
Okay. Do you think he's gonna do that just because you're there? But let's just say you just sit here. You're his face.
If he's good, no.
Oops.
I'll just burn through my shield.
Right. Or what else can you do if he's not gonna just burn through your shield? Are you a threat just because you're in my face? If I see you, does that automatically mean I'm gonna get KO'd?
No.
Yeah, right. What do you need to do to me in order to get me KO'd?
Get you low. Do at least some damage.
Could you have done that same exact thing from where you were?
Yeah.
Yes. You see my point? So I don't want you to be, I know some people think that I'm walking them through this because I'm treating it like a 5-year-old or something. No, it's important.
I need it.
Sometimes you have to step by step that because I know what you're thinking, but saying you're wrong, it doesn't help resolve the issue. I need you to get to that point yourself.
Yeah.
All right, so you flying up pretty much allowed your whole entire team to start walking back. You can't salvage a situation like this, just dip out. This is something that's going to happen all the time, especially if you play dive tank. Sometimes you're just going to go and your team just gets rocked and it's like, oh, I can't do anything about it. So yeah, just bail. You can already tell this is kind of over. Identify it and just go this way and reset. Because now you're dead in the middle. All she's going to do is grab you. Playing Strange into Emma is
Oh, yeah.
really difficult.
Yep.
I'm surprised she didn't. Did she just not have it up? She has it. I'm shocked. Bro, I'd have been grabbed so quick.
Same.
I'd have been grabbed so quick. That's why being this aggressive against her, I can't really, I'm not gonna say don't do what you're doing. This is gonna be one of those things you're gonna just have to get your butt kicked to learn. But eventually you're gonna start climbing, and the more you're climbing, the more she's gonna do it. And you're gonna have to start learning that range. This is one of the most excruciating things to go against because I cannot behave like a typical Strange into this character because she will grab me every time.
Yeah.
And there's nothing I can do about it. It's the same with Wolverine. And so I'm just gonna say be careful. I'm not gonna talk too much about like, oh, position here with Emma. Just be careful, and as you get beat by it or grabbed repeatedly, you'll start figuring it out yourself. It's kind of like a trial through error. Because she's very like, I don't want to say she's bad, but she isn't playing how she should be playing, and you got away with what you're doing. But when you go against Emma that's not gonna allow that, then you're gonna have to readjust. And I don't want you to lose because of that. Just think about you have to readjust and then do it on the fly.
For sure.
Okay, nice. All right, so this is beautiful. So far, you did a great job. This is good. What do we do now? What we created this space for what?
That's a good question. That's my job.
I mean, you're not wrong. Okay. But why did we create the space? Like it's for our team, right? But what's the whole reason we're playing this mode? What's the objective?
Push the payload.
Right. So it's hasn't reached your spot yet, which means that you shouldn't push forward. You should hold this, right? So let's see what you do. We push forward.
I run right into him.
The problem with this is you're not paying attention to your team. This is going to be something that you'll figure out as you get higher because you're not going to get heals, unfortunately. But sometimes some characters can't do anything for you when you're in really weird spots like this. So games usually have long sight lines and short sight lines. As a brief example, if you were to hold here, is it better that you hold here for your team to be able to assist you? Or should we say, I can't really hold in that spot. Maybe we should hold here for your team to assist you. Which one is better, this one or this one?
Probably the second one.
Right. Why?
Because you've got that long sight line like you were talking about.
Right, and it allows them to not be in danger. Where's the cover for them?
Oh, they've got left and right cover.
But yeah, like what? There's nothing. There's nothing for us. There's only stuff here for them. Also, think about fall off damage. If you're holding here and the only safe spot for them is there, they're not gonna do any damage for you.
Yeah.
So you have to be thinking about these type of things when you're pushing. This is why I said having it get a little bit closer allows your team to also play off of that as cover. That's a very nice cover spot for them when you are in a really obscure spot like this. So you don't want them to get out of position for you. When you do that, then you just, end up in a bad spot.
Yeah, that's why Dagger's up by me.
Right. And you didn't even do anything with what you just did. You basically just did the same thing except took a lot of damage in the process. This is good. Now, where are we going? Where should our next spot be after we made it down here? Where's our next cover, you think?
To my right.
Yep.
Or at least that's where they're coming from.
Yeah, I mean, like, obviously this walk and break and you're in trouble. But, like, after you push them back, then you can start using this as your cover. But, yeah, you want to try to always play the game when you're playing Strange or Mag or any shield tank. It's like from cover to cover to cover. Where can I go from cover? This is what your shield is great for. It allows you to move from area to area without getting hurt. Very nice. I would have waited.
Yep. They have that ult.
It's not even
pay attention.
It's not even like the ult. It's also just your team wasn't ready. You weren't paying attention.
Oh, true. No.
You just got 2 people KO'd. Well, you didn't do that. They, that's on them. But
I left.
I mean, I guess that is true. I don't want you to blame yourself for everything. They shouldn't have positioned where they positioned. They got KO'd on their own. But the ult usage was something you can control. And we're ulting when nobody can capitalize on it. It's just a waste. Even if you could take out maybe 1, you still lose this fight. It's a lost fight already. You lost 2.
Yeah.
So
I was not paying attention.
I do it too. Like, you're not the only one. We all do it. We're only human. But I just want to beat it into you so it happens less. That's the only difference between high ranks and low ranks, is the frequency of these mistakes. That's it. So, coming back, doing fine. Do you know how to maintain your speed as strange when you're using your shield? I don't know if I've ever talked about this on my channel. Okay. So this is called shield hopping. I don't usually play strange until recently on my stream, where I only exclusively played that character. But the way it works is if you jump or move mid-air, you keep that momentum until you land, I believe. This is why Spider-Man is zooming around so much. He's like on that momentum axis. So whichever character is in the air and let's just say I jump off a ledge at a certain speed, I keep that speed until I land. With Strange, it's the same thing. Cool. So what you want to do is you want to walk, jump, shield as you leave the ground, and then land. You can walk forward and walk back the same speed that you'd be walking if you just did it without shielding. It's very useful. You'll see a lot of Strange players like jump, attack, shield, and they don't really know what they're doing. They just do it. But as you get to high ranks, you'll start seeing it's a more methodical thing, and it's not just random flashing your shield to attack. It's actually movement.
Okay.
Yeah. Because if you need to prevent her from catching you, holding your shield and walking back, you get caught quicker. Yeah. So
that's a good point.
Just little stuff like that. I don't usually talk about mechanics with characters because people learn it on their own, but that is something specific that's very important.
No, I appreciate that. I'd never heard that.
Yeah, it's something that came from Overwatch as well. Reinhardt would be one of the characters that would do it. The big dude with the shield.
Oh, sick.
Okay, so I kind of like it, but I kind of don't at the same way. You're not doing anything inherently bad. I actually don't mind that you're fighting, but from my point of view, it looks like you're just kind of fighting just to. There's no goal. We're just like throwing stuff at each other until something happens. Is that?
Yeah.
Okay, that is what's happening.
One of us breaks. I mean, I'm trying to push us back to the point.
Okay, I was gonna say that. Okay, because I was like, if that is what's happening, we need to talk. But at least you have something in mind. Okay.
Yeah, I'm trying to get to the point.
So how can we do this? Let's just say if we're fortified, right, and we walk towards them, how are we gonna break this fortification?
We're not.
Right.
Very difficult.
So how would we do it? If going straight on is literally not something that you could do, what is another way that we can do it to get them out of their
formation? Come at it from an angle.
Right.
You could go up top to the left.
Go up here. You could come this way, shield, and walk this way. What's gonna happen? Stranger's over there smacking me, and so are these guys. What's gonna happen?
They turn their head.
Right.
Attention.
If they're looking at you getting hit from here, and then they look this way and they get hit from you, what is our knee-jerk reaction? We're not going to sit here.
Oh, yeah.
We're going to move back.
Yeah.
Because we're getting shot from two angles at this point. This is how you open it up. So what you're thinking about when you're doing stuff like this, as I said, I don't dislike it because I like that you're in there. You're getting scrappy. But I really want you to be a little bit more thought-provoking in terms of where are we going and why.
Okay.
This is the type of stuff that, again, would get you grabbed. If she were to change right there and grab you, you're really far out. But if you keep your distance and shield as you walk this way, you still are keeping space from her. Should she snatch you up, who's out of position? Is it you or is it her?
It's her.
Yeah, she's the only target that they're going to be looking at if she does that. Right?
And she's out of line of sight with her healers, and I'm not. Right.
If you're over here and then she snatches you up, she's cooked. So, yeah, this is what you're thinking about. Play the mind game. You know, where can I move you? It's not always about brute force. It's always about positioning. The whole map is designed around positioning, and the person with the better positioning is capable of doing whatever they want to do a little bit more easily. All right, so here's going to be something else we're going to talk about, and it's going to be a game changer for you because I know it was for me when I learned it. Look at our team, the type of characters that we have. Oops, I always mess that up. Look at our team, the type of characters that we have, right? So we have Iron Man, we have Venom, we have Scarlet, and then we have Rocket. They don't really matter. I mean, they do, but not to what I'm about to explain. So these characters, how do they like to fight? Do they like big ultimates? Do they like one-shot damage? Do they like just sustain damage? where like they want to sit there and just fight over time for a very long period of time? Like, how do they like to fight?
I feel like they're burst damage characters.
Okay, how so?
Wanda's Altfire and like Tony's beam, Tony's ult. There's some sustain to them, right? I don't know.
Because if you think about it, is a Scarlet Witch gonna one-shot a tank?
No, she's not. You're right.
Is Iron Man gonna one-shot a tank?
No.
Right, but there are characters that can, such as Wolverine, Iron Fist.
True.
So these are what we're talking about. Now, obviously, Iron Man and Wanda can technically one-shot, quote-unquote, like supports or something with a small health pool, but it has to be all the cards have to be aligned, basically.
Mm-hmm.
But in a vacuum, they don't. They can only poke. So in this case, it means how we approach each fight has to be from a poke standpoint, because we don't have a way to blow them up. So the way you've been fighting this entire time has been just running at people, but you're with characters that aren't designed to one-shot. So you have to sit there and basically AFK till they have ults. This is what's going to take you from where you are right now and start skyrocketing yourself, because now what you're doing is you're playing on their terms, not just on yours. Some characters can't flex to you. They can't do what you want to do. They're just not designed to. But tanks usually are very adaptable. They can adjust. As an example, Captain America is one of the characters that I just really love playing. I play all the tanks, you know this, but I really like Cap. Mm-hmm. And if I have a burst healer, I'm more crazy. If I don't, I have to play really patiently, because the characters aren't designed to do what I want to do. So you have to play to them, not to yourself. So what we're going to do is we're going to check this next fight here, and we're going to see, do we play to our team or do we play to what we want to do? Okay, we're all getting out. We're all getting there. I'm opening a portal. Opening a portal. Opt in. All right, so we know that we don't really want to drop down because they don't have enough damage to actually burst them.
Oh, I'm about to drop down.
Oh, God. Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, no.
It doesn't go well.
If you fly... Oh, but now they're cooked because they're down there.
Yep, I left them to die.
Yeah, that's rough. Okay, yeah, so...
Yeah, that's my fault.
To be fair, yeah, we're not going to talk about that fight because it really wasn't... Did you guys end up winning? How in the fruit snacks?
I think so.
Okay. Well, that just worked out. Yeah. Did they have ults? No, they did. Oh, he swapped to Iron Fist. Okay. I was going to say that didn't look like a winnable fight. It's still the same thought process with playing with your team. In this case, we have an Iron Fist, right? So we want to go when he goes. If you guys aren't in sync, then you're going to have a problem. So whenever he decides to move up, you want to move up too. You can't trust him to follow you, unfortunately. That's just how solo ranking works, right? We can only control our actions. So we'll just play off of him. And it's going to be the same concept, still the same concept. We want to try to play with him. If he runs away, remember that we want to disengage, because he's not a character that likes to stay in. He's a character that likes to go in, smack a bit, and run away. And so we're going to have to play to that. That's all tanking is, really. It's just adapting. I hate that character so much. He got nerfed, so I can't wait to see what happened. But it's just adapting to your team and what do they want to do. How can I help you accomplish your goals? If you can figure that out, you will be a great tank. Okay, this is not a fight we win. Why don't we win this fight? Not just because of the amplifier, but what else?
Yeah. I mean, we're in a choke point, for one. I don't know.
Look at this guy's
Those two things
HP.
stand out to me.
What is he gonna do?
Oh, yeah, he's about to die.
Yeah, there's nothing you can do unless he can get to you. Then you shield and walk back slowly. But this is not a fight you win. The easiest way to win any match is to make it easier for your team. Is it easier for your team to win a fight without this amplified ult and a low Iron Fist, or is it harder?
Way harder.
Exactly. So let's just not take this fight. You don't have enough damage to burn it, so we'll just back up unless your team decides to assist you.
Gotcha.
You see what happens? That's literally what happens because you're asking them to perform better than they know how. This goes for every rank. I'm not like balling on lower rank players. Every rank players sometimes don't have that capability to do something that you might be asking them to do. So the easiest way to like get around it is by making it easy for them. If I dive in as Captain America and I notice my team for some reason is not capitalizing on me diving, I'm going to adjust. What I'm going to do is I'm going to dive in and jump around. That gives them like 5 to 10 seconds to play the game. And sometimes that actually ends up helping them out way more because they have more time. They just might not be that quick of a player. So, again, it's always about the needs of others when you play tank. And this is why most people don't like playing tank. Because they don't understand this and they have a horrible time and then they wonder why. It's because you're so selfish with your gameplay. And that's not how tanks should be in any game, unfortunately. That's DPS. You want to be selfish? Play that role. There you go. You got it.
No, I want to learn how to flex and adapt.
Right. Okay, back up. You're going too far. You have to know when you can and can't do something. So if we go back just a little bit, it's funny because I did a breakdown of a rocket video today, and I actually explained the same concept. So it's weird that I'm doing it again. But if we look at it, this is pretty much what we see when it's our team versus their team. This, not that. This is all their space. This over here is all our space. In order for us to walk in, we need to have a way that signals to us that they just had their space moved back. When you decide to walk in here, there was no space given to you. You just kind of forced it. If they don't walk back, then like you can't take it from them. Not here, this was fine, but here. That is too far. We're not paying attention to what's around us right now, and we're still trying to move really, really quickly. Now, you do have ultimate, so I do understand. Again, this is just kind of like getting your mind in that thought process. I would be a little bit more ham with rocket ultimate as well, but just in terms of learning this concept, you gotta be careful. Because the deeper you go, the more open that your backline gets. And that basically just separated you. And you didn't even realize it at the time.
Yeah, I'm not paying attention, you're right.
The easiest way to tell, like if... It's hard to do at the moment, but here's an easy way to tell if your teammates are actually there or if they're not. So here we go. I'm gonna give it to you. This is the pro play strat that I try to use when I'm tanking. So what do we see? We see Scarlet Witch beam, which means that if that's not near us anymore, she's not there anymore. If we look at our HP bar and it's not getting healed, something's wrong. Why is that not moving up? So these are just two no-nos right now that we just need to figure out before we even push. You see how it's gone? We should not be moving forward because clearly something's wrong. Also, what's her body language tell you? She's not moving back anymore. Something is very wrong. You're low. What are you doing? There's no way you should be here right now. So these little signs can tell you enough. Similar to that early Magneto thing where he backed up, letting you know you had the advantage. They didn't, so you don't have it right now. She's still in there. She just does not care. But that's because her team is there. She was also blocking heals from you with her wall. So there's a lot going on, and these type of things are very hard to dissect. You did get a double kill. Let's see if you guys win the fight off of it.
I don't think so.
In a different circumstance, that actually would have been a really hot play to make. But given the situation of your team at that moment, it wasn't as impactful as it could be. But I like your thought process there. You just got to really pay more attention to your whole entire team. I really hate how frequent that rocket ult is. I hope they nerf that.
I know. With 2 rockets, it happens all the time.
Yeah. Don't feel bad. That was a pretty good push. That was a pretty good push. Do you have any questions or comments on that push? Do you feel like anything, you want some light shed on anything in particular?
No, nothing in particular. I think the huge thing that's standing out to me is that, I'm basically just brute forcing it and hoping that my team adapts to me rather than paying attention to what's going on with them.
Right.
And I got lucky that guy switched to Iron Fist off of Iron Man.
Right, and you know, it happens. It's something that you got to learn. You got to take the time to really just hit the pause button mid-fight. It sucks, but if you look at that KO feed and you see something's going on and that's not in your favor, it's okay to take a step back. One of the bigger tricks as a tank is to learn how to go backwards. So as a brief example, let's just say we're fighting here. As I already told you, it's kind of not the best spot, but we're fighting there. If I had to run back, where do I go? That's super freaking far, right?
Yeah.
Versus like if I were here and I have to walk back, where would I go? Here. If I had to walk back, where would I go? Here. If I have to walk back, where would I go? I mean, you're kind of screwed at this point, let me be honest. But you see how many adjustments you could have made on the fly. This is what you want to think about when you're tanking. So when we were over there in that area previously, you had no walk back distance and you got yourself trapped. I seen it in that, you kind of moved to the side in that little cave over there and you trapped yourself. This is why you need to start having that backup plan about where to retreat to, because then you don't end up in a situation where it's like, where do I go now? I'm kind of out of position. Let's see if this works. Does this work? Oh no, they didn't use portal.
No.
Okay, let's ask ourselves. So if I had to retreat, where would I go? It should be here. But you see how much further you are away from that. The best part would have probably been from here to here. So you would just jump.
Oh, true.
And then go that way. It'd be easier. You're out of their sight. And then, yeah, she's the only one there. I don't usually like holding this close up, though, to be honest. I just start holding here.
Okay.
This is just very difficult to hold. If you're going to... Yeah, no, it's just very difficult. It's hard for everybody. Do you have characters that even like long sight lines? Not really. So you're keeping them from coming in, to which these characters really want to get close anyway, which puts you at a disadvantage. Now she's grabbing you. That's weird. Why wasn't she doing that on defense?
Defense?
Yeah, that was really weird. She like let you do whatever you want.
Yeah.
Hey, remember the shield thing? Just use the wall.
Yeah.
Because it's right there. You use it anyway. Just use it more.
I just burned my shield for nothing.
Right. Here, I want you eyeballing who's going to be in range when you.
Oh, I see.
When you start fighting. Sometimes you can even just throw at the person behind them, but they're really far right now and you're not going to be able to hit them. But I want you to eyeball, because if there's anyone you can just straight get to, let's just say this was a healer, you should be looking at her and being like, okay, I'm going to get to you. I just got to figure out how. And once I do, you're going to get exploded. I'm in a situation like this where it's maxed out. Yeah, just burn it and then go back to what you're doing, because you're not going to be able to use it. You don't want to hold it for too long. Again, where's your retreat plan? You see kind of how you don't really have one? You just kind of move it around. No. You need to have that retreat plan. If I get pushed, where do I go from here? And then what I usually do is go from here to here. And then sometimes if I get pushed, I'll go to here. And then I just kind of regroup this way. A lot safer.
Oh, that's nice.
It's not about, it's not your job to keep your entire squad safe. If they get picked off because you happen to move from the front for 2 seconds, I mean, okay, that's on them. You're not there to frontline the entire time. You could do whatever you want to do. I think this is something that a lot of players really struggle with learning, because they feel like they have to be in the front at all times, and you don't. There's many times where I, as Strange, would just fly up somewhere and just go in a different location just for a second. And I could get a pick, or I'm just relieving the pressure. If I fly up right here and I just look down at that invisible woman, I'm safe from her, but I'm also pushing her back because she's like, what's going to happen? And then you can go back. It's kind of a way to just breathe for a second. Don't be afraid to just dip out sometimes if it gets too much. Here, just block them. Block them. That's all I want you to do. Took too long to respond to that because it seemed like you were thinking in the moment. If they ever, as Strange, if the tanks ever overextend like this, you need to just instantly click in your mind, block heals. They are going to be done every single time. Yeah. Every single time. So here, when she did it, you had enough time to react right now.
Yeah.
And then start walking at him. Because this is what you're waiting for. You would have already had a charge, which you do. Walk at, bam, 1, bam, 2. That's 2 KOs for you. And then you don't have to block heals because they're not providing any at that point.
Yeah.
So you're chilling. But look at all this that takes place.
Oh, yeah.
We know that they have ultimates. That's what they're coming to do from the point. And if you're ever concerned if they have ults, just press and see your team. If your healers have ultimate or are very close to it, most likely so does theirs. So if we can do it, if we can get one out before they use it, then you won the fight most likely. Nice. We gotta figure out who's the next priority target though. She's already out of position. You don't worry about your team. This is a really, really bad habit. You do not need to go all the way to help them. We also have another tank right there, which is fine. But this is something that was gonna get you every single time. I'm not gonna say it's not your job to heal as tank. I'm not one of those guys. You do need to help them every now and then. In this particular instance, there's no way you're helping them ever. You're too far. What you can do is trade. If I trade healers for healers,
true.
Who has a healer? At this point, we just rocking it out right now. Maybe we win, maybe we don't. But it's better than leaving their healer up.
Yeah, it's true.
Oh, he had ult. Nice. I don't think he needed it though. I think he could have won that fight without.
Pretty good.
But that was you're already thinking. That was good. You're already thinking about winning that fight there. This is why you want to have your shield at max when you fight.
Yeah.
Now you're in trouble, but luckily Rock can save the day.
Yep.
Right, we're chilling. Right here, I don't like that you just gave up all that space.
Yeah.
Act like you're not scared. They only know what you show them. When you do stuff like that, they can't even see your HP bar till you get hit. I believe that's how it works. I totally forgot.
I agree.
But
my experience.
They only know to push you because you just gave them that room.
Yeah.
If you come back up here, even if you're afraid to get this deep, I understand that. But if you come up here and just bam, bam, and you keep peeking, I'm more scared of someone I can't see than someone who's holding shield and throwing shots. So if you keep doing that, they're afraid. They're gonna have to put a lot of resources to push you. But because you walked back, look at all that space you just gave for this dude to walk through, and now you're just kind of stuck between a rock and a hard place. Like, what do I do? What do I do? What do I do? And that could have just been all prevented if you just stood your ground there. Now, in this instance, it's the same exact thing that we talked about. Remember when we said the team was too far to help? They're too far to KO. So turn around. Ooh,
okay.
Didn't want to look as strange, but yeah, turn around.
Makes sense.
Because it's the same. It's the same. It's both ways. It's both ways. If your team's too far, don't help. If their enemy's too far, don't fight them because you can't. Especially a strange.
Yeah.
Yeah, don't be afraid to break it. Get it low. And block all that. Try to stay in front. This is why jump shielding is important, because she wouldn't get out of your range like that. Okay, and now I want you to fly. After that thing broke, you need to fly. Or once it got low, fly. Because you'd have been alright. There's no way you get taken out there if you flew up.
Yeah.
Luckily, your team ended up winning that fight. And that happened because you blocked the ult. All you did was one simple thing. Your shield was max. You blocked her ult. You win the fight. This is why you don't want to break your shield over and over. It's so strong. It is so strong. It's actually ridiculous how strong that shield is. 800, man?
Yeah.
That's crazy.
The one thing they haven't nerfed is.
Yeah. Okay. Think about it. Think about it. If I'm going after this support, why? What?
Trying to block.
Well, that's fine with here.
Initial thought is I'm trying to block heals.
Mm-hmm. Like, what does this help you do? Trying to get forward to her.
Nothing. Gets me out of position.
Right. Like, nothing. You accomplished the same goal. If you KO her right now, she can't heal. If you just hold your shield, she can't heal. Why are we going forward, putting ourselves in? What's going to happen? She's going to either try to walk right past you, and she's done. Or she's going to try to walk this way. She's done. Or she's going to try to walk that way. She can't. Portals are there. What is she going to do?
Nothing.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But you're feeding her ult charge. You're getting out of position.
Yeah.
You're allowing her to do something like this and get straight past you.
Yep.
That should never, ever happen. Because now it's like, oh, I'm not afraid of you, Strange. You're a fool. Bye. No. They need to respect you. There is no way that should be allowed. And you need to be able to punish her once she does that. I just think you're playing a little bit too quick.
Too quick?
Yeah, I think you feel like you have to do something at all times, and it's kind of biting you in the butt. So if you just play a little bit slower, and I mean, you'll be in a way better position because you get more time to think. You know, you get more time to approach situations, and it will help you out drastically. Nice. I didn't mind it. That was good. The initial pick was good. But then you don't need to do anything else because you know he ulted, so you're not getting any KOs. I would just like you to walk this way back to your team. It's safer. You always need to have like that second plan in motion. What do I do now? It's not to just fight everybody. Sometimes you just can't. But if you walk back to your team that way, you'll be in a better position. Or you could just flown up. I'm telling you, flying up is a breather. I don't even think I've seen you use it other than being aggressive.
Yeah.
Is it not something you use on defense or as a defensive tool?
Mainly against Emma, but you're right. Other than that, not really.
Yeah, I freaking live in the air with this character. It's really good. This character is super well-rounded. And then they buffed his damage, I think, this patch as well. This character is super good.
Yeah.
So you're going back to point. I don't really mind it, but you got to check, do you have the resources to do so? Or is it just something where we should set up later? I'm only mentioning this because you said you wanted Celestial, right? Was that you? I think
just GM.
GM, okay.
GM.
So GM are with last season Celestial players until that kind of evens itself out. But they're going to start snowballing on you. I don't know if you've ever experienced it yet at this rank. Have you?
Snowballing is where you get like one person out and then they just keep picking you off one by one, right?
Yeah, there's just a whole bunch of ramifications. So let's say you get KO'd here, it drops, and then they KO somebody else, and then they just keep going, and just keep going, and just keep going, and they just run it.
Yeah.
That's what happens.
Definitely been snowballed.
Yeah, that's what happens when you do stuff like this. So you really need to ask yourself, is it better that we just give up this point and hold elsewhere? Or can we actually save the point? As a Strange, how much survivability do you really have?
By myself?
Yeah.
More than average, but not indefinite.
Right, because all they have to do is go behind you.
Yeah.
You're very susceptible to getting crowd controlled by Emma. Like, you don't really actually have any survivability should you be in a spot in the middle of a team trying to survive. That's like a Captain America type thing, you know, or a Thor or a Hulk. So when you do this, you're saying I have that type of ability to survive forever, and you don't. You fly up, which is fine. But again, do you have the resources? You know, is your healers there? Rocket's kind of there, but he has to heal everybody. It's just a lot. It's just a lot.
Yeah.
And then he portaled in. I don't even think you would have won this fight even if there was no portal. I didn't track it. In your own game. But usually what I do is I think about who used their ults in that last fight. And generally speaking, if I notice that they didn't, then I'm not going to hold that spot. Because you're going to lose that fight if they have all their ults and you don't. So now you got to walk all the way back. Now they have to walk all the way back. And again, you're requesting your teammates to do things that they don't know how to do. You're also burning their ultimates. Penny just ulted. Wanda just ulted. We're burning ults for a fight that was lost anyway. To salvage a few seconds. Now we're just getting snowballed on. Okay, luckily your Cloak and Dagger saved the day there. But let's just say she used it on point. And then their Cloak and Dagger, like you just lost so much because of that one teensy bit of mistake. And so you really got to ask yourself, can you survive long enough to get your resources? And most of the time you cannot. Even as Cap, I just say forget it and walk back. Okay.
No, I think you're right in that I'm playing too fast.
Yeah, I used to be like that too.
Pausing.
It's normal. It's normal. They make this game fast paced. They made the game really fast paced, and that's even their slogan: fast paced hero shooter.
Yeah, for real.
It's really fast.
True.
But as you climb and as you get higher, that's where strategies kind of needed a little bit more. And you don't even play broken characters. When you're playing broken characters, usually, I mean, every character is broken, but you know what I mean. Usually, you can just be as fast as you want, and you can just get KOs. But you're not playing something like that. You have to be a little bit more methodical in your approaches, especially as you climb. Even as Captain America, really fast, runs around all the time. There are times where I just sit in a spot because I just know there's no reason to go in. I'm relaxing, waiting for the moment to go in, and that's what you got to do. It's okay. I think the worst part about the game is the timer at the top. That's what gets everybody thinking they need to do things quickly, and the amount of progress that they make as well. Things like, oh, I gotta stop him, I gotta stop him, I gotta stop him. It's a fumble every time.
Yeah.
You committed, just commit. Don't do that.
Okay.
Don't do that. You committed, I'm with you. There's nothing you can do anymore. Take out their back line.
Yeah.
Go for the trade. If you take them out, you stall this cart. If your team gets wiped, it's whatever. You still stall progress. If you don't take them out, they can't KO you, I don't think. That it's really hard to do it as a strange. Or it's really hard to KO a strange as a support because of the shield. But I would have committed because we notice that, again, they don't have healers. You're there blocking their lifeline. Your team wins. I think you feel like you have to, correct me if I'm wrong because I don't want to be putting words into your mouth, but I think you feel like you have to do something all the time in order to impact the game instead of just be a presence and do nothing sometimes. That's not even playing slower. That's just like knowing when you don't have to do anything, you know?
Yeah. Facilitate for my teammate.
Yeah, just you being there is enough.
Yeah.
I hate that. You know, she's so hard to hit. I don't care what anybody says. Cloak and Dagger is extremely hard to hit.
That tiny little hitbox.
It's so small, man. I just look like a fool when I'm trying to hit her and miss. She's just jumping around, and I'm like, oh my god.
I know. Especially when she's moving laterally to you.
Yeah, it's so it's so frustrating. Yeah, there wasn't really much you could have done there. Once your team kind of got ran over there, and then yeah, it was kind of a rough spot. But again, we were in a position to impact that entire team fight by not turning around and by keeping them there. They made the mistake. The enemy team just walked right by you like it was nothing. That's their fault. Take advantage. What's happening is like it's like you don't trust yourself. At least in the we talked about this last time. You don't trust yourself. And you just bail because you think your team needs you, and they don't. Yeah. They don't. Let them play their game. Let them play their game. You play your game. I don't think you can put that there. I don't know if you can stand on that. What? You can't even jump up there, dude. That's like impossible. You're not able to get up there ever, but you can portal. That's weird.
Apparently, I think I slide down. Yeah.
I've never seen that.
I don't think I get to stay.
If you ever play Spider-Man or Black Panther or anything trying to get up there, you just can't. But I guess it's allowed if you portal. Maybe that specific spot. There you go. Just block the heals. You just block the heals. Okay, again, let your team play the game. Block the heals, block the Iron Man. You're doing so much work for yourself, and it's tiring me out. I play Cap. You're doing so much work. You're doing so much work. It's like you're all over the place. You can relax for a second. Your team is winning the fight. That's what they're there for. This is fine.
I do remember feeling just tapped after this game.
Yeah, that's because you're definitely playing too hard. Sometimes you do have to turn on that heat, but your team has been pretty consistent this entire match. Sometimes you just gotta chill. Even here, she's out of it. Just walk up and block. This is the freest way to get wins. I'm telling you, there's so many tanks who do not understand they do not have heals when they start stepping past you like this. Just walk up. And if you KO her once, let's just say you did this at like the beginning of the game where she walked up at you and you smacked her and KO'd her. I promise you, she's probably gonna do it maybe like one more time, and after that, she's never gonna try to walk past you again. This is how you train the enemy to do what you want. If they give you about 3 strikes, third strike, you're out. If you can do something when those first 2 times, they're going to respect you the entire game. I, as Cap, had games where I was disrespected the entire game. Why? Because I can never KO anybody. But there are times where I can KO them because they're so split. And anytime I get in there, everybody turns around and look at me. Why? Because they're afraid I'm going to KO her again. You have to train these enemies to do what you want them to do. If you always put that shield up and hold it every single time they get ahead, they're going to have to figure out something else. And if that doesn't work, they're just going to look at you. They try to walk by you, KO them. Eventually, they're not going to move. Your shield's going to be up. They're going to lose every single time. And they're playing dive-heavy characters, too, like Thor, Emma.
Yeah.
They commit to anything. They're done. If you would have walked up, too, you would have been in a way better position to get on top of this cart and blow everybody up. You could have been like that, blocking, walk back a little bit, trick them, go back forward, and just hit everybody. Because on this, you can hit everybody.
Yeah.
I will say, though, I learned something. His ult is not an orb. It is only to your feet.
What?
I've tried to ult on top of people. Oh, no, I'm sorry. That's a lie. That's a lie. It's not him. It's someone else. It's someone else. I never mind. That's troll, because I literally fly in the air and then ult, and then get people under me. That's troll. Okay, I'm stupid. There's somebody else's ult that does not work that way. There's somebody else's ult.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I don't remember anymore. But it was very important to share with you, but now it's not sharing, so it's not important. That was a good hold. I think for the most part, as I said before, you're just playing too much. You're playing way too hard. You have 5 other people on your team. Do you just feel like you can't trust them? Is that what's there? Like, is it just like a PTSD type thing where it's like every time I try popping, it's just I can't. Like,
no, there's some of that, but I'd say the biggest thing is I feel a big like like a big responsibility is like a shield tank to do everything, to protect the back line, to like push their back line back, deal damage and be a threat. I don't know. I just put a lot of that on me, you know.
Let me see if I can just how much time do you have? I might go over by like 5 minutes.
Oh, I'm good.
Okay, because I want to share with you one of my games from my Doctor Strange account. Well, it wasn't.
That'd be sweet.
Wasn't it an account? It was an account. Okay, so let me see if I can get to it. I want to show you what I mean by just letting them play the game for you. Those like the best games. I just seen like every did I play Strange? I did. This is a Celestial game. Oh, but I don't have my history showing, so it's not gonna work. But I can do my other account. This one? Yeah, it's this one. Oh, it's not this one. This is Jeff. Maybe I played Strange once. Oh, Pog. Maybe that was like after though. I want to know if it's like Pog game. Okay, we'll just pick that one. But that's very low. This one has more KDA to it.
Yeah.
Damage blocked is 1500. How much block was it? Oh, 37. No, that's her. It was definitely more blocking. Whatever. This is my Jeff account. There's another one.
I didn't know you had a Jeff account.
Yeah, it was my support account, and I was like, I'm just gonna play Jeff.
Hell yeah.
It was good. It was good. I actually enjoyed it. They didn't have a character that I enjoyed.
I just want to like, turn my brain off and have fun. I play Jeff.
Yeah, he's a great character. He's a great character. Especially they changed him. I didn't get a chance to try him, so I'm curious to see what it's like.
I haven't either. Same.
That's 1700. A little bit of Winter Soldier there. 19. I swapped? Why? I'm swapping for. Okay, whatever. This one just looks like the most strange focused game it was. All right, so we'll see. They have a Spider-Man too, so that's even a better example. So this is a. Is this diamond or is this platinum? I think it's diamond. Yeah, it's diamond. Okay, so here we go. We're playing on push. We have a Groot. Sucky part about Groot is his walls are gonna mess you up because they sometimes don't think. Instantly, I fly up. I didn't even realize I was gonna do that this game, but that's how often I do it. There's no reason to be with this Groot. Now with Groot, you might not always do the upper ground thing like this, but for most tanks you can, and you just walk out. Not only is it going to allow you to scope out everything, but you also can have people look at you and be scared. So let's see what happens.
Yeah.
I'm going really deep. Okay, I'm trolling. What am I doing? Oh, I went
behind.
really far back.
Oh, nice.
Yeah, that's trolling. I don't know what I did. It allowed us to get a lot of space, but I don't know why I stayed so long. I would have just dropped down, get the KO, and then dip out. That was weird. I don't know what I was thinking. You know, I probably was streaming that.
You're allowed to make mistakes too, man.
Yeah, it got space like I wanted, but it did not need the KO. But you see, everything that I do has a reason behind it. It's not just to do it. Again, put the portal behind to get more flanks. I haven't been in the front since the start of this game.
Yeah.
Go back. I think I actually get KO'd. I was able to get in, able to fight. I'm just being a menace. It's just a pest. Now, I don't want you to do anything. That was just kind of like dumb. I limit test a lot when I smurf because I want to learn a lot. But using the portal behind them is fine. As you see, I'm pushing forward. Why am I pushing forward? I'm taking the attention of the DPS and the healer at the same time. My team should be able to win this fight. This is overextending like crazy though. I remember this. I should have just stayed up here, but I kind of.
No, you can get up there.
Yeah, I didn't even. Yeah, it was stupid. Okay, I don't think I was. I might look troll, but I got so much space for us. It's crazy.
Correct. And cart's still moving.
Yeah. I think I play more conservative now, though. Okay, and just put my foot in my mouth. But you see how I'm everywhere. I'm not just always in the front. Get grabbed again, per usual. But I'm walking to them. Why am I walking to them after getting pinned to the wall? Shouldn't I be walking back and being afraid? I have the amplifier on me. This means I shouldn't be afraid. And I also know they were really freaking close when I was looking at them in the first place. So I just turn around. Get him out. Block the heals while also taking the damage. Using cover. Going back in. Following up on him. I would never do that by myself. But he ulted the Winter Soldier. So I'm going in with him. Paying attention to everybody. Now I only was going to attack the Spider-Man. Why? Because he was close to the cart. I wouldn't do that if I was way where Winter Soldier is. It's not my problem. That's too far away from us. And he's very hard to get. Okay, we're walking forward and generating a lot more space. Why? I'm trying to see if I can hold here. Are they going to respect me enough or are they going to try to push me through? Let's see what happens.
Yeah.
Still using cover. I noticed Spider-Man ulted, so unfortunately we got to dip out. Come back. We're still using cover. We're checking over here to see if anybody's here. I think I actually saw that he was there before I checked. And we're still using cover. Going in a little bit deeper. I kind of want to be pinned because my team is there. I'm trying to force out the diamond form.
Oh, nice ult.
Yeah, that was actually really juicy. I didn't expect him to do that. Okay, and again, the cart's moving. I don't care about you guys in the back. Eventually, you're going to have to connect to your team, so we're just going to stay here. I'm not chasing. I'm just around the cart. That's all I care about. Again, moving forward. Where is the next hold point? It's not there. It's going to be up here. If I can hold you guys here, we win this point.
Yep.
And I'm out there. I don't want you to pass for free. And if she does, I should block the heals. Let's see if I do that.
Yeah.
I don't. She just overextended. Oh, there it goes. So now she has to choose. Do I turn around and mess with you, Strange, or do I just let him be out here? I could KO, but I'm adding a lot of value that if I do KO, you got to get through my 800 shield plus my HP bar. By that point, they should be KO'd, and that point should be mine. It's definitely worth getting KO'd for. Always have a retreat route.
Yeah. As you're advancing or moving to a position, do you always have in the back of your mind, like, where can I retreat to?
Well, I played so much at this point. It's just a feeling
That's
where
true.
I know where the map is and the angles. But when I first started playing, I didn't really know. Yeah, I would always try to think about, just because you walk forward, so you already know what you just passed. So if I were to walk past here, I know the nearest cover was just that spot. So I would go back here. And then if I had to retreat, I know there's an out here. And what I'll do is I'll walk back and I'll just kind of look at things as I'm moving back. Oh, that looks like cover. And then I'll just go over here. Then you can find yourself trapped. But I mean, we were overextended like crazy anyway, so we shouldn't have got rid of it. But they shouldn't have been doing what they were doing. So I just wanted to kind of show you a brief example of like what it's like using cover consistently, what it's like repositioning consistently. And remember, this is me learning Strange at this point too. So this was just a whole bunch of Strange climbing on this account. Like I think if I look at the account real quick, we'll see that I have like a bajillion of hours into this character. YouTube underscore poppin. Real quick. Competitive. Oops, should be this season. Oh yeah, it was that season. All right. This is what I want to get. Wait, what? Oh, okay, that says 0. I was like, Groot? Okay, it's 11 hours. So I spent 11 hours on this character throughout the entire time.
Damn.
I put a lot of hours into him. I wanted to learn this character. That's because the skin came out. So I did that, and then I went on my main and then played a lot more of him as well. But that's just to tell you that I had to put a lot of practice in, just like you do. You know, nobody's so good they don't need practice. Every time a new character hits, every time I want to try something new, I have to learn all these characters again to be at that level of gameplay that I want to be at to play them in my real matches. So, everything I'm telling you, I had to start from the ground up. Everything I'm telling you, I had to go through the same issues, getting grabbed by Emma constantly, having my shield break constantly, thinking that I need to be in the front all the time constantly. All this pain I already went through just to teach you that you don't have to do that. You can still go about your business and play and not think too heavy about your teammates, you know? And again, let them play the game if you're in a position to allow that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Thanks, Poppin.
No problem, no problem. Do you have any other questions or concerns or anything like that before we wrap it up here? Overall, though, I think what we talked about last time, you have been implementing. You're doing a lot more, and I love seeing that. You're trusting yourself more. Yes, you still doubt yourself every now and then. You can see it in the gameplay, but it's very infrequent compared to what it was before. You were like, I can't do anything without my team. Now you're just like, all right, let me get this. So you're doing a good job. You're on your way, seriously. And you said you went from, what's the rank that I coached at and then the rank you are now?
I had a crazy weekend where I went from silver 2 to gold 1.
Silver 2 to gold 1 in one day. That's
like one streak. Yeah.
That's ridiculous. But
that was fun.
That's all it takes. Sometimes it's just one little thing to shift the mindset or one little thing to shift the gameplay and you're out of there. As I said, your actual gameplay right now isn't bad. You're not doing anything incorrect. I would practice shield hopping. Just jump, shield after you leave the ground and then do that. But for your real gameplay, it's just you're too worried about your team right now. You're going to learn how to balance everything, but you just have to say, I'm going to do what I need to do at this moment and do that. If you start doing that in quick play, if you'd rather do it there so you don't tank your rank, but forget about them just for a few matches and just really get a feel of what it's like to play the game by yourself. You're going to start noticing it's way different. And then add that to your tool belt. Okay?
Cool.
All right. As always, if you need anything, let me know. If this stuff isn't working, you're like, Poppin, everything you said to me was a lie. Just let me know, and I'll help you. I'll figure out what's going on. We can continue to move forward. I'll look at your replay and whatnot and get back to you and stuff like that. All right?
Cool. Thanks, man. I appreciate you.
No problem. Have a good rest of your day.
You too.
Bye-bye.
Bye.
All right. And for the rest of you guys, of course, if you guys would like coaching, please let me know down in the comments below. Actually, that's a lie. Don't do that. I'm sorry. That's not what I meant to say. Click the join button down below if you like coaching or just to help support the channel and the content that I create. But thank you guys for watching. And until next time, you know what I always say. You guys are doing what? Popping often. Full on.